Hello, and welcome to Brain Spark English, the podcast where we make learning English as natural as chatting with a best friend. I am your host, Mia.
And I am Oliver. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we have a massive, value-packed episode. We're going to share essential, everyday English phrases that you can use in your daily life.
That is right, Oliver. And to make it super easy for our listeners to remember, we have divided today's episode into 3 major themes: navigating work, social life, and travel.
Learning phrases by category is honestly the best way to train your brain. It helps you connect the vocabulary to real-life situations. If you learn a phrase about the office, your brain immediately pictures your desk or your manager, making it stick.
Exactly. So wherever you are right now, whether you are driving, doing chores, or just relaxing on your sofa with a cup of coffee, sit back and let's dive right into part 1, at the workplace.
Let's get down to business. Our very first workplace phrase today is touch base.
Oh, I hear this one almost every single day at the office. Touch base simply means to briefly make contact or update someone on a situation. It is a baseball term originally, but in business, it just means a quick check-in.
Yes, it implies that you do not need a long 1-hour meeting. You just want a quick 5-minute update. For example, your boss might send you a message saying, "Let's touch base on Friday about the new marketing project."
Let's do a quick role play so you can hear how natural it sounds. Hey, Oliver, I am going to be out of the office visiting a client tomorrow, but let's touch base on Monday morning.
Sounds perfect, Mia. I will have the weekly numbers prepared by then. See? Quick, professional, and very natural.
Moving on to our second workplace phrase, keep me in the loop.
I love this one. If you want someone to keep you informed about a plan, a project, or a changing situation, you tell them to keep me in the loop. The loop represents the circle of information. If you are in the loop, you know what is going on.
Exactly. It is basically the spoken version of saying, don't forget to CC me on those emails. Let's try a situation. Oliver, I am going to start negotiating the contract with our new suppliers this afternoon.
Great job, Mia. Keep me in the loop on how the pricing negotiations go. I want to know what they say.
It's that simple. Now, what happens when you start a brand new job and everything feels difficult? That brings us to our third phrase, get the hang of it.
Get the hang of it means to learn how to do something or to acquire the skill needed to operate something, especially when it seems confusing or frustrating at first.
Like learning how to use a new software system at work. At first, you don't know where to click, but after a week, you finally get the hang of it.
Let's practice. Mia, how are you doing with the new espresso machine in the break room?
Well, I ruined 2 cups of coffee this morning, and I spilled milk everywhere. But I think I am finally getting the hang of it.
That's great progress. All right, let's move to our fourth workplace phrase, call the shots.
Call the shots means to be the person in charge, the person who makes the final decisions. It comes from military or sports targeting, where one person directs the team on where to aim.
Right. If you don't have the authority to approve something, you can use this phrase to point to the person who does. For example, I can't approve your budget increase. The finance director calls the shots.
Let's role play. Oliver, should we completely change the design of the website? I think it looks a bit outdated.
Don't ask me, Mia. Sarah is the lead web designer, so she calls the shots on this project. You should pitch the idea to her.
Perfect. Now, what if Sarah says the website redesign isn't important right now? She might use our 5th phrase, put it on the back burner.
Put it on the back burner. This phrase creates a great visual. Imagine you are cooking on a stove. The pots on the front burners are the ones you are stirring and paying attention to. The pots on the back burners are just simmering. You aren't focusing on them right now.
Exactly. So in business, if you put a task or a project on the back burner, it means you are giving it low priority. You will deal with it later because there are more urgent things to do.
Let's hear it in action. Hey, Mia, are we still organizing the team building event for this month?
We have to put that on the back burner for now, Oliver. The annual financial report is due next week, and that is our top priority.
Understandable. Okay, Our last workplace phrase for part 1 is get down to brass tacks.
Get down to brass tacks means to focus on the essential details, the most important facts of a situation, and stop making small talk.
We all know those meetings that start with 20 minutes of people talking about the weather, their pets, or what they ate for lunch. When you want to finally start the actual work, you use this phrase. Let's do a role play. Wow, Oliver, your dog sounds absolutely adorable. But we only have 15 minutes left in this meeting. You're right, Mia. Let's get down to brass tacks. How much is this new advertising campaign going to cost us?
Great transition. And that perfectly wraps up our workplace segment. You now have some cutting-edge phrases to sound like a native professional.
Moving smoothly into part 2. Let's step out of the office and talk about socializing and making plans. Friendships, weekends, and hanging out.
Our first social phrase is incredibly useful if you need to say no to someone politely. The phrase is, take a rain check.
This is a very common, polite way to decline an invitation, but it implies that you want to do it another time. You're saying no to today, but yes to the future. Yes, it literally comes from baseball. If a baseball game was canceled because of heavy rain, the fans were given a ticket, a rain check, to come back and watch a game on another day. Let's practice. Hey, Mia, do you want to grab some sushi and watch a movie tonight? I'd absolutely love to, Oliver, but I have to finish my university assignment tonight. Can I take a rain check? Sure thing. Next week, then. See how nice that sounds? It doesn't hurt anyone's feelings.
Exactly. Now, our next social phrase is one that describes a habit nobody likes. Flake out.
No, I hate it when people do this. To flake out means to cancel your plans at the very last minute, or even worse, just not show up at all without telling anyone.
Yes, and a person who does this frequently is called a flake. It is highly annoying when you are waiting at a restaurant and your friend flakes out on you.
Let's try a situation. Mia, where is David? I thought he was coming to the concert with us. The show starts in 10 minutes.
He flaked out on us again, Oliver. He just texted me 2 minutes ago saying he is too tired to leave his house.
Classic David. Don't be a flake, guys. All right, next phrase. This one has 2 slightly different meanings depending on the context. Crash.
Right. We can say crash a party or crash at someone's place. Crashing a party means showing up to an event uninvited. You weren't on the guest list, but you went anyway.
But if you say, "Can I crash at your place?" it simply means to sleep there temporarily, usually on a sofa or a spare bed, because it's too late to go home.
Like when you go to a party, lose track of time, and miss the last train home. Let's roleplay that. Oliver, it is 2 a.m., it is pouring rain, and the buses have stopped running.
That's terrible timing. Hey, Mia, do you mind if I crash on your couch tonight? I'll head back to my apartment first thing in the morning.
No problem at all. I'll get you a pillow and a blanket.
Thanks. Okay, moving on to our next social phrase. Have you ever felt like a third wheel?
Oh, the dreaded third wheel. Being a third wheel means being the extra, odd person hanging out with a romantic couple. A bicycle needs 2 wheels. A tricycle has 3. But a standard date only needs 2 people.
When you are the third person on a date, you usually end up walking silently behind the couple while they hold hands, feeling very awkward.
Example time. Oliver, are you coming to the amusement park with Sarah and me this weekend?
No way, Mia. You and Sarah just started dating. I don't want to be a third wheel. Have fun on your own.
Good choice, Oliver. Let's talk about our next social phrase. Spill the tea.
Spill the tea is a very modern, popular slang phrase. It has nothing to do with a hot beverage. Tea, in this context, means gossip, drama, or juicy news.
When you ask someone to spill the tea, you are asking them to tell you the gossip or the details of a dramatic situation.
Let's hear an example. Mia, I saw Jason arguing with the manager yesterday in the hallway, and then Jason stormed out of the building.
What? No way. Sit down right now and spill the tea. What did they say?
See? It's a fun way to ask for the details. All right, our last social phrase for part 2 is play it by ear.
To play it by ear means to deal with a situation as it develops, rather than following a strict plan. You want to stay flexible.
It comes from music. If a musician plays a song by ear, they don't read the sheet music. They just listen and play what feels right. In daily life, we use it when we can't make a solid schedule.
For example, if the weather is unpredictable. Let's try it. Oliver, what time should we meet at the park tomorrow for our picnic?
Well, the weather forecast says it might rain in the afternoon. Let's play it by ear. I'll text you in the morning when I see the sky.
Sounds like a solid non-plan. And that brings us to the end of part 2. Now, let's pack our bags and move into part 3, travel and moving around.
I love traveling, and our very first travel phrase is perfect for people who hate carrying heavy luggage. Travel light.
To travel light means to pack very few items, taking only what is absolutely necessary. Usually it means taking a small backpack instead of a massive suitcase.
Traveling light makes navigating through airports and train stations so much easier. You don't have to wait at the baggage carousel. Let's try an example. Mia, are you going to check in that huge, heavy suitcase for a weekend trip to Paris?
No, I actually left it at home. I decided to travel light for this trip. I only brought this one small carry-on bag.
That is going to save us so much time. Now, once you arrive at your destination and drop off your small bag, what do? You use our next phrase, hit the town.
Hit the town means to go out into the city to have fun. It usually implies going out at night to explore the local restaurants, bars, clubs, or entertainment districts.
It's such an energetic phrase. It means you are ready for a good time. Let's role play. Mia, we finally checked into our hotel in Rome. What is the plan for tonight?
We have been traveling all day. Let's take a quick shower, change into some nice clothes, and hit the town. I want to find the best pasta place in the city.
I am
Now,
completely
when you are hitting
in.
the town, you might want to visit places that are off the beaten path. That is our third travel phrase.
If a location is off the beaten path, it means it is located away from the main roads, away from the typical tourist attractions. It is isolated, hidden, and usually very quiet.
Adventurers and explorers love finding spots that are off the beaten path because they get to experience the authentic culture without thousands of tourists around them.
Exactly. Let's do an example. Oliver, are we going to visit the famous National Museum today? The guidebook says it is a must-see.
Actually, Mia, I found a tiny, family-owned art gallery off the beaten path. It is completely hidden in the old town. Let's go there instead to avoid the massive crowds.
I love that idea. But you know what I don't love? Our next phrase, catch a red eye.
Oh, the dreaded red eye. To catch a red eye means to take a late night or overnight commercial flight.
It is called a red eye because you fly all night. You usually cannot sleep comfortably in those tiny airplane seats, and when you land in the morning, your eyes are red and bloodshot from pure exhaustion.
Business travelers do this a lot to save time. Let's hear it in action. Mia, your major presentation in London is at 9 a.m. tomorrow, right? How are you getting there in time?
I am going to the airport tonight to catch a red eye. I will land at 6 a.m., grab a very strong coffee, and go straight to the office.
Good luck with that. If you catch too many red-eye flights, you might feel like you are using our next phrase, living out of a suitcase.
To live out of a suitcase means you are traveling so much or moving from hotel to hotel so quickly that you never actually unpack your clothes into a wardrobe. You literally live your life by pulling clothes directly out of your suitcase. It sounds glamorous for a week, but it gets exhausting. Let's do a role play. Hey, Mia, you have been on a business tour across Asia for 3 weeks now. How are you holding up? Honestly, Oliver, I am so tired of living out of a suitcase. I just want to go back to my own house, sleep in my own bed, and hang my clothes in a real closet. I completely understand. You definitely need a vacation to relax. Maybe you need to go somewhere and use our next phrase, catch some rays.
Catch some rays is a very casual, fun way to say you want to sunbathe or spend time outside in the sunshine. The rays refer to the sun's rays.
It paints a picture of lying on a beach towel with sunglasses on. Let's try it. Mia, what are you planning to do on your trip to Hawaii?
Absolutely nothing. I am just going to lie on the beach, read a good book, and catch some rays. I need a tan.
Sounds like a dream, but be careful. Once you start traveling, you might develop our final phrase for today, itchy feet.
To get itchy feet means you have a very strong, restless desire to travel or to move to a new place. Your feet are literally itching to start walking and exploring.
It usually happens when you have been stuck in the same city or the same job for a long time. You get bored, and suddenly you get itchy feet.
Let's do our final role play. Oliver, you have lived in this town for 5 years now. Are you happy here?
It is a nice town, Mia, but lately I have been getting itchy feet. I spend every evening looking at plane tickets to South America. I think I need a new adventure.
And that brings us to the end of part 3. Look at how much we have covered today, from touching base at the office, to taking a rain check with friends, to traveling light and catching a red eye.
You guys have learned so many natural, everyday phrases. The key to mastering these is not to memorize all 20 phrases right now. That will just burn you out.
Exactly. Your brain needs time to process. Pick just 2 or 3 phrases that you really like today. Maybe keep me in the loop or spill the tea. Try to use them in a text message, an email, or a conversation with a friend this week.
Once you use a phrase in real life, it becomes yours forever. We really hope you found this episode of Daily English Spark helpful and entertaining. If you loved hanging out with us, please hit the subscribe button, leave us a rating, and share this audio with a friend who is also learning English. It helps our podcast grow, and we are over the moon every time we read your comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, making mistakes is just part of getting the hang of it. Do not be afraid to speak up. Stay curious, keep practicing, and we will catch up with you in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye.